This week I'm going to teach you a great fiddle tune for the guitar called Lost Indian. I'm going to teach you an arrangement off of the Tony Rice and Norman Blake 2 album. They did a couple of guitar albums together where they just picked on a bunch of tunes, and this Lost Indian is off their second album. I'm actually going to do a couple lessons. I'm going to do this first one where I show you the basic melody as played by Doc Watson, who made an appearance on that album. And so his breaks on it are a little more straightforward. And then I'm going to show you a more advanced version that Tony Rice played. And this is a great tune that has some beautiful chord changes. And so of course that really brings out the best in Tony's playing. So look out for that. That lesson is going to be a great lesson. But for now we're just going to learn this really cool tune. Lost Indian is kind of akin to like Billy and the Lowground. And there's this whole sort of slew of fiddle tunes that go from a C chord to an A minor. So go to fiddlemike.com, print out the sheet music if you haven't already, and you can print out that sheet music if you're a subscriber at fiddlemike.com. And if you haven't subscribed, just head over there and sign up for a gold membership, and you'll be able to get all these lessons plus the sheet music. So here we go. Here is the melody to Lost Indian as played by Doc Watson. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so let's jump right into the A part of this tune. First thing you gotta know is, what key is it in? It's in the key of D, but we're gonna play it out of C position and put a capo on the 2nd fret. Okay? Now, this is a 2-part tune, and like most of our fiddle tunes, it has a form AABB. So this is kind of like a breakdown or hoedown category of tune. And it's similar to like Billy and the Lowground. It's kind of in that category of tunes. There's a lot of tunes that have the same sort of chord pattern where it goes to the relative minor. It's also related to Apple Blossoms and The Last of Callahan. So they're all kind of related in a weird way. And they go to that relative minor, the A minor in this case. Well, the B minor, but we're capos and playing A minor. Okay, so also, the A and B parts are extremely similar. So for the most part, if you learn the first part, you also know the second part, except for a couple different notes. So you'll see that once we get there. But starting with the A part, okay, it starts out with pickups. As usual, it has some pickups. But because this is Doc Watson's version, he approaches it kind of like a finger-style player, because that's what he is. In addition to being a great flat picker, he did a lot of finger-style stuff. And he does a walk-in bass line. Okay, and you can do that for all kinds of fiddle tunes in C. You're going to do that sort of intro pretty often. So he does that just all down picks. And that C note is the downbeat of the first measure. Alright, now that we're at the downbeat of the first measure, remember it's in the key of C. Let me give you the first half of the first measure. And that C brings us to the 3rd beat. So let me play that slowly for you. Alright. Here's the second half of the measure. And it goes back to that C once we hit the downbeat. Slowly now. Alright, now let's combine those two chunks, those two halves, and put them together into one measure. Alright, and then we're going lots of open strings there. And one thing you want to make sure of, and this is something I was having difficulty with, I realized when I was practicing, is that when you're playing all these open notes and you're on the low strings, make sure your fingers aren't getting in the way, because you're moving from high to low, and your high strings are going to be ringing. And if you allow your fingers to sort of drape over the strings, they might hit the strings and stop them from ringing, and your tune won't be as clear. So be mindful of your fingers. You know, some guitar players just let them hang out there and they're doing goofy things and getting in the way. You know, I'm not going to tell you you have to tuck them in. I obviously don't do it all the time, but just make sure they're not touching the string or any of the strings that are ringing, because that'll make you sound less clean. And ultimately, you want to strive to be as clean as possible. So, all right. Okay, so now we're on the second measure, and here's the first half of the second measure. All right, so we're getting ready to go into that A minor. All right, YouTubers, I hope you enjoyed that clip of Lost Indian as played by Doc Watson. Doc Watson is one of the great all-time bluegrass guitar players, and he loved picking fiddle tunes, and he picked them just right. I mean, he wouldn't cheat. He really played them like the fiddlers played them, but on the guitar. And so you really learned Lost Indian the correct way. And I want you guys to keep a lookout, because I'm going to be posting another advanced lesson on Lost Indian using Tony Rice's solo. Doc Watson played this solo on an album with Tony Rice and Norman Blake called Tony Rice and Norman Blake #2, because they did a couple guitar albums together. And Tony Rice just takes an awesome solo. So I transcribed it. I'm going to post another lesson, so keep an eye out for that. Now, YouTube only lets me post short clips, so if you want to see the whole lesson, head over to fiddleandmike.com. I have them all up there, and you can watch the entire lesson. You can also get the sheet music. Alright, so if you really want to get the full benefit of these lessons, go sign up at fiddleandmike.com. If you subscribe there, you also get access to all my old lessons, and you also get a new lesson every single week. So fiddleandmike.com is a lesson site, so if you want to take lessons with me, go sign up. You'll get a lesson every single week, like this one with sheet music, and it's really cheap. It's $10 a month, so that means it's $2.50 a lesson. So I'm pretty sure you can afford $2.50 every week. You know, just don't eat that candy bar, or don't buy that soda, and you'll be able to take lessons on the guitar or on the fiddle. Okay, so head over to fiddleandmike.com, check it out. Either way, I'm going to keep posting clips over here on YouTube for you guys to watch for free and get a taste. So take it easy, keep practicing this tune, and I'll see you guys next week.